You can hear the happiness in my voice right now. Hell on earth has finally arrived. I said it was coming. I said winter was coming. People didn't believe me. The promised day is here. The promised time has arrived, y'all. It's good. The markets are crashing. So the stock market is set to crash Monday morning. And we know this because we're looking at the crypto markets in cryptocurrency. And I wrote an article about this, published it over on in Angry's Crypto Academy weeks ago, that the economy was likely going to we were likely going to see a massive crash, a massive sell off of cryptocurrency, and and just a basic crash in Western society when Trump got in, and as a result of the tariffs. And that's exactly what's happening. Bitcoin has fallen about $10,000, but many other cryptos. So people are, but that's actually really interesting because people are still holding on, and and then on top of that, things like Ethereum have lost about $1,000. Many other currencies have fallen rapidly. They've lost a third or half of their value, and I expect the drop to be even more constant. I'm hoping that it falls even way more than that. But this all happened within 24 hours of Trump dropping his tariffs. Yeah. So what's happening is people are panicking. They're panic selling right now. So they are liquidating whatever assets they have. You have a lot of what we call speculative investors, people who are not real investors. They were just trying to make a quick buck. They're not seasoned crypto investors, and they basically put money into cryptocurrency. They did not have a backup plan, and now they're liquidating their assets as quickly as they possibly can to survive. So there's going to be mass homelessness, mass shortages. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm not going to play games with you. I have thousands of dollars at home right now. I have thousands of dollars at home. I've got, lots and lots of money stuffed away in crypto. I've got most of my assets in crypto. So I'm chilling. I'm celebrating. I've got money in the bank. I've got money at home. I'm good. I'm good. I've got tangible assets. So this is I've been praying for this. I'm thanking God for this because, like, moon season is here. Basically, this is when you buy at a discount, and I'm expecting the things to crash even further down. So it's a celebration. We have a bunch of videos for you guys. We have videos from my financial friend channel. That's one of them. We have a video from passive income investor, and then we have some other videos as well. And we're basically going to be looking at the situation, and it's looking at how at the crashes and how everyone is going to be affected. I did tell you all to prepare. We're looking at electrical outages on the East Coast. 95%, for example, in New York, 95%, up to 95% of all the electricity in New York is currently coming from Canada. And so they're going to mess with our power. That's all they really have. The only thing they can really do to us is mess around with our energy in America. So that's likely what's going to be happening. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble, because you never really know what can happen on this platform. So follow us over there, and it's linked to the description of the video. And watch to the end of the video to fully understand, the implications of all of this, why hell on earth has finally arrived, and how that's going to affect everyone going forward. Spoiler alert: 10 City is going to be a thing. Blackout, I'm calling it Blackout 2025. We actually have a sale going over in the Academy right now. It's called the Blackout 2025 sale. That's going for the next couple of days. Go over there. You can get the plans on sale. We have a nice sale over there. Go and check that out. Link description of the video, because right now is the best time to be jumping into crypto, learning about crypto, because cash is going to be melting down. This is going to be hyperinflation. And after the sell-off, you're going to be watching a lot of people rushing into crypto and using crypto to protect their assets. The baby boomers who don't know anything about crypto, they're going to be jumping in. There's a specific cryptocurrency that I've been telling everyone to get on, because it's actually less. Bitcoin is more centralized than this coin as a result, because we actually know we don't know a lot about Satoshi Nakamoto, but we do know about this other coin, which is often considered the silver to Bitcoin's gold. So if you want to learn more about this, if you want to learn how to safeguard your future, if you want to learn how to day trade crypto, you jump over there into the Academy, because this is how you can provide for yourself and survive. This is how you can provide for yourself and survive, when everything is going downhill, because those luxurious 9 to 5 jobs have gone away. So, let's go ahead and jump into the videos, right after a message from Angry's Crypto Academy.
To the tariff wars, we need to ring a bell here, because oh my goodness, our chat groups have been lit up like there's been nothing else, and this was really intelligently done over a weekend when the markets at least have been closed, but futures are going to get absolutely lit. But there's a lot of kind of undertone conversations going on. What's the reality of this, I think, is going to be relatively intriguing as we speculate on tonight's show. We're going to talk about what I think is actually going to be the detriment, the actual crash that has not, I don't think it's going to come because of tariffs. I think there's an underlying thing happening.
Battle over tariffs. President Trump imposing steep taxes on the country's 3 largest trading partners, Canada, Mexico, and China, sparking fears of a trade war which could threaten the global economy. President Trump signing executive orders imposing 25% tariffs on all imports from Mexico and Canada and 10% on goods from China. The president says he's protecting and boosting the U.S. economy, blaming those countries for enabling illegal drugs and undocumented migrants to flow into the U.S., accusations they reject. Canada and Mexico vowing to make Americans share the pain. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau imposing 25% tariffs on more than $105 billion of U.S. goods. Canadians voicing their displeasure, booing the Star-Spangled Banner at a hockey game. What all of this could mean for the price of groceries, from avocados to alcohol and the cost of a new car. ABC's senior White House correspondent Selena Wang leads us off from Washington.
Tonight, the United States on the brink of a trade war that threatens to hurt American consumers and upend the global economy.
There could be some temporary short-term disruption.
President Trump signing a trio of executive orders imposing 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada, with the lower 10% tariff on Canadian oil and gas and 10% tariffs on goods from China. The new measure, set to take effect on Tuesday, could raise prices for Americans at the grocery store and the gas pump. Trump insists that tariffs are necessary to strengthen the U.S. economy, accusing those countries of allowing undocumented migrants and illegal drugs to enter the U.S.
China makes the fentanyl, gives it to Mexico, puts it through Canada, puts it through different places, mostly Mexico, but also a lot through Canada. And so all 3 haven't treated us very well.
All 3 countries, America's 3 biggest trading partners, rejecting Trump's accusations and vowing to retaliate. The Chinese government denouncing the tariffs, which come on top of existing tariffs from Trump's first term, promising countermeasures and urging the U.S. to handle its own fentanyl issues objectively and rationally, without threatening other countries with tariffs. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum ordering retaliatory tariffs and slamming Trump's assertion that her government works with drug cartels as slander, saying if the United States wants to combat criminal groups that traffic drugs and generate violence, we must work together. But the strongest reaction from our ally to the north. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says Canada will retaliate with 25% tariffs on $106 billion worth of American goods, calling on his citizens to buy Canadian.
It might mean opting for Canadian rye over Kentucky bourbon.
Here's the thing about Canada. They're screwed. We don't need their junk, but they need our stuff. Everything that they enjoy comes from the U.S., so that means if they want to play Nintendo Switch, they're going to have to pay much. They're already paying more for Nintendo Switch, for PlayStation 5, for electronics, for these products. But I guess when it comes to Nintendo Switch, that's a Japanese thing, so that's a little different. But let's say Apple iPhone, they love their Apple iPhone. Yeah, they're gonna have to pay 25% more for Apple iPhone. And iPhone already costs a ton in Canada because their dollar is worth crap. All right, Canadian dollar is not worth anything. You could wipe your butt with that thing. All right, and the toilet paper would still be worth more. But yeah, it's they're between a rock and a hard place, because they need us. We don't need them. We don't need them. Now, if they want to humble themselves and become a state, maybe, and it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. All right, because first we would start with Canada becoming a territory, and then we could talk about them possibly becoming a state, but they have to earn it. They have to earn it. But Canada being a territory of the United States is likely how it would start out first, because there's an entire process that you'd have to go through to turn Canada into a state. But it can be much, but it can happen. But turning them into a territory would be a lot easier. I honestly think what's going to happen with Mexico is I think Mexico is more likely to become a sovereign territory of the United States. In other words, they'll still kind of be able to rule over themselves, but America still owns the country, and they have to be obedient or else, because they don't want to have any issues with us, because we'll go down there, we'll deal with our business if they don't want to obey. But yeah, I think that's where it's going right now. I think Mexico is going to become a territory, and then I think that Canada can work their way towards state. I don't think Mexico is going to outright become a state, because there's so many issues when it comes to Mexico. It would be very problematic just letting all of those, because if they become a state, then everyone in Mexico would basically immediately gain citizenship. I don't think America wants that. I think what America wants is for Mexico to become a territory, and then but they would not automatically gain American citizenship. So what would end up happening is we would be able to go into Mexico as Americans, whatever we feel like it, go or do our business down there, and it's an American territory, so they have to be obedient and understand this is America's land now. But at the same time, they wouldn't just be able to come over into the mainland and do whatever they want. Like, there still be certain things and restrictions on that. So I think that's where we're going right now, And then the president of Mexico, she's really running her mouth. She's really, and she really needs to be more respectful, because she's really running her mouth right now, and it's not a good look for her. It's really, really not a good look for her. I mean, like, if she'll seem to understand, Trump has a history of winning when his opponent is a woman. Like, he beat Hillary, what's the other one? What's that little one? One little one's name? What's that little girl's name? What's that little fool's name? Oh my goodness. She was with Brandon. Harris. Yeah, that little joker. He beat her, and now Claudia, Claudia wants to misbehave over in Mexico. She just got in there, and she's already acting up, and she doesn't understand, like, this is Trump. Like, he has a history of defeating these defeating ladies, and it's like, bro, you're not even a Hillary Clinton. You're more like you're not even a Cruella DeVille. I don't know what to call her. She's like the maid. She's like the maid, that she's like the maid that somehow ended up becoming president. I don't know. I don't know, but she needs to be more humble. She needs to humble herself. She needs to be more respectful, because our president is not playing games. Our president means business, and we're gonna get Mexico. We're gonna make Mexico great again when it's a territory of the United States, and they're gonna be obedient. They're gonna submit. You'll submit to us. I lived in Mexico. It's a nice country. It's a nice country. There are problems there, but once we have Mexico, and we're going to be able to clean it up, there's not going to be any more issues with this stuff coming across the border. People come across the border. All of that's going to be taken care of, and and Claudia. Realistically speaking, she after what she's done, she's been very, very disrespectful to our president. And if the only way that I think that, like, she can possibly recover is, like, she's going to have to kiss the ring. A lot of these people are going to have to kiss the ring. All right. A lot of these people have already kissed the ring. And Claudia is like, and let me just tell you something about kissing the ring. You have to be given the privilege of kissing the ring. All right. So she needs to apologize for all of the garbage that came out of her mouth. Probably, like, when Trump won, she's like, she will not acknowledge him as president. Like, what kind of game does she think this is? Guys, don't be shocked if she ends up resigning. Do not be shocked. I'm calling it right now that she very well may not finish out her entire term. She may end up resigning. She is not a strong person. She is not. You could see the fear inside of her. She is not a strong woman, and she may even end up in prison, because she potentially has connections, direct dealings with the CARTEL. And I'm not messing with those people. I'm not messing with those people. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying that she's probably taking their money. They probably bankrolled her. I lived in Mexico. I know how things work over there. What you guys hear about those people, everybody's like working with them. It's like family stuff. I'm not saying it's like, listen to me. She probably is there getting their money, collecting their money right now and trying to act like she's not. I remember when, like, they took down, like, what's, like, Escobar, like, Escobar over in Colombia, before Mexico took up the, like, became like the capital for this, and we had the CARTEL. Colombia was the capital of the world when it came to selling that kind of stuff. There was a show called, was it like Narcos or something like that, which documented it. Pablo Escobar was a very bad dude, and you have to understand that after he left his empire, Mexico picked it up. But it turned out like the president of Colombia, it was being like, he was like, oh, we're going after Escobar, we're going to shut Escobar down. And then it turns out that he was taking money from Escobar and his people. All right. So they had taken dirty money to get elected. That's what they were all doing it. And Claudia, how do you think she got elected? Claudia was taking that money. You know who Claudia is? I'm going to tell you all about Claudia right now. Claudia, to my understanding, is the protege for the previous Mexican president. Who is this dude? He had a very he had a very hands-off approach with the CARTEL. All right. He let them do whatever they wanted to do. And again, I'm not messing with those people, but I'm just making this point. And she is like, she's his protege. So what do you think, really? Who do you really think she is? All right. She needs to really behave herself and be humble. She damn well knows that she took those people. She took money from those people. All right. And now she's trying to act like, oh, she's this, she's anti this, anti that. Listen, little girl. Listen, little sis. All right. You need to sit down and be humble. You need to humble yourself. The rest of y'all, hell on earth is here, and you need to be out. You need to really work on getting your money up. You really need to work on getting into crypto. We have the Blackout 2025 sale happening over in Angry's Crypto Academy right now, y'all. Blackout 2025, because the lights are gonna go out, y'all. Canada's gonna shut the power off. We're gonna enter into a massive energy crisis, and it's gonna result in the cost of everything going up. Like I said, I'm good. I've got money stacked up at home. I've got money stacked. I've got crypto stacked. Y'all, I've got my generator, got my solar generator, power bank, multiple power banks. I got multiple power banks, multiple flashlights, electric lanterns. Guys, I started preparing for this from like after Trump got elected, from like Black Friday. Right after Trump got in, Black Friday hit. I started buying. All right, I have over 50 Nintendo Switch games, all brand new and wrapped up in the pack. Oh no, like they're put there, and I've got a bunch of extra spares. So I won't. So anything goes down, I have power, I have food, I have water stocked up. I'm stocked hard for water. Like when I say I'm stocked up for water, I didn't even realize it. Like after testing it out, the amount of water that I have stocked can last me for well over a month. Possibly like rationing it 2 months, like not even when I say rationing it, I mean like just not going crazy. Like I can like 2 months worth of water. Like I've got that much water, lots and lots of water stacked up. All right, lots of water. Got food stacked up. I've got enough food to last a couple of weeks. And I'm just really thankful to God now because of the crash with crypto. I can buy. I've been waiting. I feel like it's gonna go lower. I feel like this is just the beginning. So I'm gonna wait until it gets a bit cheaper, a lot cheaper, and I'm gonna be buying up a lot more. Like guys, y'all should be getting involved, and you should really be getting. If you don't know anything about crypto right now, because as the markets collapse, people are gonna be moving their money over to crypto. All right, and the National Crypto Reserve that Trump's setting up, that's going to be how we survive as a country. And every country is going to be rushing to buy up not just Bitcoin, but many other coins as well, especially a specific coin that I've been preaching about for ages. Guys, don't forget to check out the academy, because hard times are here. It's not even coming, guys. We're here. It's here. The promised time is here. I'm celebrating, y'all. Y'all better get right with Jesus. Y'all better get right with Jesus. Y'all know you need to work on that relationship. Y'all better get right with Jesus. The ATMs are going to stop working. The banks are going to chain up the doors. And the only way that you're going to be able to protect your wealth and safeguard your future is with crypto, because nothing says you care like crypto, crypto. And Angry's Crypto Academy is going to teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. And we'll tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. Don't miss out. The academy is linked in the description of the video, guys. And you need to move your butts right now. Move your butts, because hell on earth has finally come, and it is a celebration for the rest of us. You should see like people over in the Crypto Academy. We have live chat and they can create threads and everything. It's like a forum. And the students over in the academy are warning each other, do not sell your crypto. All right. This is wonderful times. Because I told everyone, I told everyone over there, like almost a month ago, yeah, the crypto markets are probably gonna crash. Okay. And it's gonna be hell on earth. Do not sell your crypto under any circumstance. That is your survival. That's your future right there. I'm not selling a dime of my crypto. Are you crazy, y'all? This is wonderful. I'm buying. It's not even the dip. Guys, this is so wonderful. I am so happy. Oh my gosh. A lot of y'all going to 10 City. You'll have to surrender. You have to surrender that chastity to Tyrone, because he's going to take it. Tyrone's just going to take what he wants. He's going to take what he wants. Like, I mean, there's going to be a lot of hell on. It's going to be like a living hell in 10 City, because a lot of y'all going to be homeless because you didn't prepare. But that's not my problem.
Foregoing Florida orange juice altogether.
Liquor stores in several Canadian provinces already pulling American-made products from their shelves. Officials in Canada perplexed. U.S. Customs and Border Protection data shows just 1.5% of migrant apprehensions and less than 1% of fentanyl seizures take place along the U.S.-Canada border.
So it's hard to know what more we can do, but we're obviously open to any other suggestions that come our way.
Trump now claiming that Canada is not a viable country without U.S. support. Again, arguing Canada should become the 51st state, much lower taxes, and far better military protection for the people of Canada, and no tariffs. But Canadians outraged. Thousands of hockey fans in Ottawa booing the U.S. national anthem just hours after Trump's tariff announcement.
And Whit, tonight we're also learning about growing tensions between Elon Musk and the U.S. Agency for International Development. Sources tell us that two top security officials were put on leave after refusing to allow staffers from Musk's Department of Government Efficiency to access sensitive information within the agency. Whit?
All right, Selena Wang, thank you.
Yeah, so actually regarding that department, so
how's it going, everyone?
So regarding that department, some very interesting things actually came out after this news report. And yes, USAID, so the United States Agency for International Development, it's an independent agency of the US government responsible for administering civilian foreign aid and development assistance. So basically they're the ones who are responsible for sending hundreds of billions of dollars a year to countries so that they can buy, all kinds of stupid stuff with our money. And Elon Musk has actually announced this happened clearly after the broadcast of this news report. He just announced that Trump has agreed to shut down the UAID, so USAID. So it's on the way out right now. That department is going to be shut. That department is going to be closed down, and they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Canada cannot survive without the United States. Canada cannot survive without American money. It's just well known. It's just well known. They're screwed. All right, and they're misbehaving right now. If they do things like turn off our power and all this other nonsense, it's only going to enrage Americans more. And most people are going to say eventually it doesn't even make sense that Canada is a separate country. We've been subsidizing them for far too long. They're a failed state. Canada is 100% a failed state. And they need to, just like Haiti is a failed state, Canada is a failed state. All right. It may not look like it's crashing and burning, but without the US, they will crash and burn. And if you look at the inflation in Canada, it's even worse than in the United States. So Canada needs to basically submit. Justin Trudeau, they need to get him out, and then they need to be obedient and do, just Canada is like America's, rainbow little brother, if you get what I'm saying. And he likes to act spunky, and he likes to, listen, girl, listen. Like Elon calls, Elon, I remember I was looking at this comment on where Justin Trudeau was talking crap, and on Twitter, on X, and Elon responds like, "Girl, sit down." Oh god, oh gosh, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. These people, I'm telling y'all. So everything is getting turned, is getting shut down. Right now, the FBI is being dismantled. A lot of these people, they've been their security access has been taken away. They've been stripped of their access. So Trump is finding ways to deal with them, because even if you can't fire them right away, you can take away their access. You can basically say, yeah, there's no access. Like you can strip all of these people of their access from the agency and send them home. And they basically will have no job. So they can, so if they don't want to quit, it's like either you quit. Like, and what I think Trump is going to do with a lot of them, because he's already done this. He's already done this. He's already offered a lot of these people severances. So for example, 8 months pay severances. So they need to take the severances. Like a lot of the people at the FBI, they need to take the severances. The only people who are like can't take it are something like federal, I forget what, you like people who work in like border protection and stuff like those types of people. They can't, they don't qualify for it, because we need those people. But when it comes to like career politicians, members of the FBI, and all the other things, like they've been offered that severance package, so they can get the hell out. They can 100% get the hell out, because guys, this is a whole new era, bro. And the period of retribution hasn't even come yet, because a lot of these people who created these problems, they're going to prison. They're 100% going to prison, and they're not going to like it there. All right, but there are people who are waiting for them there. Ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy, to teach you everything you need to know about crypto, so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends, so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now. Hey, yeah, guys, don't forget we have the Blackout 2025 sale going right now over in Angry's Crypto Academy. Blackout 2025, y'all. It's going to end in a couple of days, guys. I put this together for you guys because I know that a lot of you have been messing around, and now you're going to find out. But there's still time, all right? Still time to learn crypto, learn how to store crypto, learn how to protect yourself from hell on earth. If you guys want to also learn how to survive and thrive, for example, if you want to learn how to become an expat, get out of the United States. If you want to survive overseas, you can check out and also start a business online. If you want to learn how to start a business, you can check out the Angry Guy Clubhouse. We have all of those over there for you. If you want to learn how to start a business, if everything, bro. Listen, this is not a game. This is not a game, y'all. All right. Hell on earth is here. Hell on earth has arrived. And because a lot of y'all were talking jazz, those of you that prepared, God bless you. Those of you that did not, you're going to Tent City. First, you're going to be in the streets, and then you're going to be in Tent City. All right. Guys, mass poverty is coming. Gen Z is going to be running the streets, stealing. They're going to be out there stealing and squatting. Gen Alpha, they're a bunch of feral little jerks, okay? So you got to be real careful with the alphas, And we don't even have enough police on the streets to come and grab all of them. So it's a it's a hard situation, man. But I'm good. I'm just like looking around, feeling proud of myself, money stacked, crypto stacked. It's a good day. Yeah, it's a good day. It feels good, man. It feels really, really good to be me right now. It feels good to be me, but I don't know if it feels good to be you, because a lot of y'all didn't prepare, and now you're gonna have to pay the piper, Yeah.
How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Crypto is crashing. Whether you're looking at Bitcoin, XRP, Solana, Ethereum, there's a lot of pain out there, right? And I want to go through why this is, when this will stop, what could be causing this, what you should be looking out for, what you can do, what the whales are doing. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. Also, if you want to trade crypto, there's a link underneath the video to BitUnix. There's a link to Weeks. There are links to BTCC, CoinW, Blofin. I think now is a pretty awesome time to be trading because there is a lot of volatility. We consistently see TA play out just like we think it will, with this downsloping resistance being flipped into support twice, and we're approaching it again. So if you want to trade, like I said, there is a link to these different platforms underneath the video. Also,
I just want to tell you a little bit about the Crypto Trading for Dummies blueprint. With this blueprint, you'll learn how crypto day trading can help you earn daily profits, even starting small. Imagine making $30 a day with $100, or even hundreds daily trading small amounts. Working just an hour a day. It's written so simply that even a fifth grader can do it. With banks collapsing and the economy in chaos, this skill is your lifeline. Click the link in the description to check it out now.
Right now that is still largely under discussed, but it's going to lead to some fascinating outcomes in the future as well, which we'll get toward the latter half of this stream. But we'll talk about, first and foremost, what Trump said over the last day. We're going to talk about kind of the impacts that's having so far. We'll get a little comedy, a little humor. There's a lot of hilarity coming out of this as well. We'll lighten the mood a little bit to try not to be pure nationalists and, become absolutely bonkers because of it. Let's try and remain a little bit relaxed here. Cash is king. That's going to be a conversation toward the end of this video. Stick around. I promise you this cash conversation gets super intriguing and a lot more convoluted than most people would think. But let's kick it off with the three tweets here that I thought were most impactful and most intriguing, because today I've implemented a 25% tariff on imports from Mexico and Canada. I suck at the Trump impersonation, so we're going to probably end it there. But and a 10% additional tariff on China. This was done through the International Emergency Economic Power Act, which can only last, I think, for like 100 days or something, and then they have to redo it or something. I don't know. I'll come back to some points around this later. But because of the major threat of illegal aliens and deadly drugs killing our citizens, including fentanyl, we need to protect Americans, and it's my duty as president to ensure the safety of all. I made a promise on my campaign to stop the flood of illegal aliens and drugs from pouring in across her. And Canada honestly doesn't have as much of an impact on this, which again is why I don't think this is anything a little bit beyond maybe negotiation tactics, because everyone's like, well, it has to do with the border. Canada barely exports like 1%, I guess, of illegal fentanyl in the United States. And meanwhile, so many drugs and illegal guns come up through your border more than it does technically our border. But again, conversation for another day, because obviously he flip-flops and then the opinion starts to change, right? First, it's about the drugs and the border. Now it says we pay hundreds of billions of dollars to subsidize Canada. Why? There is no reason. We don't need anything they have, but we have unlimited energy, should make our own cars, and have more lumber than we could ever use. Without this massive subsidy, Canada ceases to exist as a viable country. Harsh but true. Therefore, Canada should become our cherished 51st state. And much lower taxes and far better military protection, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, debatable. I think the tax thing is kind of funny because there's a lot of debates to this depending on where you live in the States. But nonetheless, I think this is also kind of hilarious because now we go from border discussions to, oh, we actually just want to own you. Just like we wanted to own Greenland, just like we wanted to take back the Panama Canal. Oh, your people love it. Like, I love that their whole campaign, like they go out and they're just like, oh, we've heard they would love it. They don't like being in the way they are now. They want to be part of us. That seems to always be like their negotiating tactic, even though it's like complete and utter obliterate nonsense. I mean, let's be real. You just can't be like, we want this back. And they know they want to be a part of us. Like, it's so weird. And it's so like Putin-esque, but it's like, how can we do this to negotiate better? And I feel like that's what it's kind of come down to, because now negotiation tactics are about to get real, right? This is where things get real and tricky. Anybody that's against tariffs, including the fake news Wall Street Journal and hedge funds, is only against them because those people or entities are controlled by China, China, or the other foreign or domestic companies. Anybody that loves and believes in the United States of America is in favor of tariffs. I highly doubt that. They should have never ended in favor of income tax system in 1913. Well, they ended because of the Great Depression. The response to tariffs has been fantastic. Dare I say, the most fantastic. If there ever was fantastic, it's this kind of fantastic, right? And like I said, this all just seems kind of hilarious because, he's kind of battering against the hedge funds because they're betting billions against the market over the weekend, because people know what happens when tariff wars begin. It's literally the start of economic collapse for the most part. We'll see how it pans out, because I honestly don't think this is any more than negotiation tactics still. I mean, we're seeing futures absolutely get obliterated here. And I told you guys, when it comes to these kind of market conditions, you got to be a little careful. We'll get into it from the Canadian perspective if you own U.S. stocks, because our dollar got absolutely devastated leading into this. As soon as the dollar Forex trading opened, dollar dropped like 1.5 points, I believe. So like the conversion values are getting wild. But still, like if you take a look, the U.S. tech Qs are probably, the U.S. NASDAQ Tech 100 down 2.44%. S&P's down almost 2%. TSX got hit about 1.06%. Obviously, these numbers I think are going to get more fantastically volatile as the market opens. But again, I do want to point out that, Trudeau's meeting with Trump on Monday, and something tells me that they're going to try and find some kind of new trade agreement. I mean, that's the whole point here. I mean, they did the same thing with Colombia, which alleviated some of my stress, because it really seemed like they were doing the same thing that we're doing with them now. Trump's like, oh, we're going to do tariffs. And if you do tariffs, we're going to punish you with more tariffs. And Canada's like, well, we don't care. It's honestly like out of a cartoon almost what's going on right now. But I'm presuming that it has nothing more to do than with negotiation tactics. Because if it doesn't, and I promise you, if it doesn't, what's going to happen in the coming months is going to be so far more severe than this little bit of volatility we're experiencing now. I mean, it's going to be a shit show, and it already is. Let's be real. I mean, if you have family, friends, the nationalism that's coming out, which we'll get to in a moment, which I absolutely hate. A lot of weird stuff. We'll listen to a few videos here. We'll try to get into some humor behind this as well.
It will be the 25% tariff across the board on all goods, 10% on oil and gas. This will come into force on Tuesday, is what was communicated to the government of Canada from top officials. There was also a warning that if Canada retaliates, the tariffs will increase. So there is a preemptive strike, or at least in terms of a message to the Canadian government, that if it retaliates with the targeted tariffs that it has been planning to, then the percentages will go up.
Like, what do you expect us to do? Just sit here and like raw dog take that? No, obviously, like the tariff wars are on, baby. You're gonna hit, we'll hit back. Like, I mean, what else are you gonna do? Obviously, we don't have the same kind of like bending arm power over here, but like, you really just be like, oh yeah, have Canada. We have one of the largest oil reserves on the planet, and like the top 3 largest oil reserves. And let's be real, the U.S. owns most of Canada anyways. Like, we don't own Tim Hortons anymore. Canada's Wonderland's owned by the U.S. Most U.S. companies, like our economies are so integrated, it's ridiculous, right? So this is why I don't like nationalism at all anymore, because like I hear it from my family, my friends. I kind of get indoctrinated into this, and it's a super unhealthy way of thinking, in my opinion. But this is what our elected officials are forcing us to do.
Trump announced tariffs, and we've fallen down 3 straight days. Today we went from 101 down to 96.7. We have altcoins falling down too. I mean, XRP was at $2.93, which we had seen some support around this 284 mark. We had seen support around 267. Now we fell all the way down to 251. Let's look at.
I mean, guys, we can also look over here, and if we look at this article right here on the Kryptonian, it's absolutely beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. You can see Bitcoin falls to $92,000. U.S. stock market crashes as Trump vows to escalate tariffs. This is just the beginning. I honestly think that what he'll drop, I think Trump is ready to raise tariffs on Canada and Mexico up to 50%. And the thing is that they can't, if Mexico what he's waiting for is for their retaliation. So, for example, Canada starts messing with our power, and he's like, okay, this is the perfect. He's a strategist. So he's waiting for this. He's gonna get, Americans get angry, pissed off. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna slap a 50% tariff on Canada. And when they hear 50%, now they're shaking, now they're quaking. And what's her name? The president of Mexico, 50% tariff on Mexican goods now. 50%? Oh my gosh, what are you gonna do? And listen to me, and I can hear Trump saying, listen, that can go all the way up to 100%, if not more. If not more, but Mexico should become a territory and Canada should become the 51st state. That's really it. I think the process to make Canada a state will be much easier, I think, than the process to make Mexico a state, and Mexico brings a lot of problems. Canadians, they're back and forth. Canada is already practically a part of the U.S. It's always been like that, but it just makes sense for just rapid integration. It makes sense. Like we should be able to get this done pretty quickly. Mexico would take a lot more work, especially because of the border situation. There would be a lot more work to do. There'd be a lot more work to do to make Mexico a state, but to make them a territory is a much faster process. But to make Canada a state, yeah, we could do that overnight, really. We can do that overnight and get it done very, very quickly. Get it done quickly. If Trudeau had been smart, he would have submitted, but Trudeau doesn't want to submit because he's a puppet. So, look at this, guys. Bitcoin tanked. It hit $92,000. God, Christ is king. We're going to buy that dip, but we're waiting. The thing is, institutional investors don't want to sell, but when it comes to altcoins are falling much more rapidly. They've lost like a third, half of their value. Many of them are going to go down, especially the meme coins. Pepe is going to be a big one to pick up. Go, guys. He's slower. So let's go here. The market meltdown began after President Trump threw his trade war punch Saturday night. He slapped Canada and Mexico with a 25% tariff and hit China with a 10% duty. The tariffs are set to officially kick in on Tuesday, and the crypto president has declared the tariffs could get a lot worse than they are all right now. I told you that a lot worse. I told you he's gonna 50% tariffs, 100% tariffs. China is, we'll see how China retaliates. But yeah, Mexico and Canada they're basically screwed. The reason why I think he only did a 10% tariff, he had talked about in his campaign of doing a 60% tariff on China, but Mexico and Canada are screwed. They can't manage something like this. And here's the thing: putting those tariffs on American products, that doesn't hurt Americans. That doesn't hurt us in the least. Okay. People are still going to have to, it just means that Canadians are going to have to pay more for our electronics. They're going to have to pay more for iPhone. They're going to have to pay more for, have to pay more for everything. They're going to lose access to things like American liquor, or if they don't want to buy it anymore. Oh, no more Sunny D. Come on, y'all. A lot of these people have vitamin deficiencies over there, so they need our orange juice. All right. They know they want our Florida orange juice. Okay. They want our Florida orange juice. So they're screwed. They're between a rock and a hard place. Then there's a security issue as well. For example, we won't protect, hey, Canada, if you misbehave, it's like, hey, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And Putin is just chilling right there, looking over and smiling and winking at you and blowing y'all kisses. So, Canada really needs to humble themselves. They need to humble themselves. Justin Trudeau, I think he's a part of the problem. He's a part of the old regime, and he's already announced that he was going to resign once his replacement is found. So, forget about that. But whoever comes next after him, they need to kiss the ring right away. They need to kiss the ring. Like Trump, they need to go to Trump and need to kiss the ring right away. Kiss the ring immediately. Don't play games. Just kiss the ring. All right. And then let's have a smooth transition. And it'll be nice having Canada as the 51st state, because now we can now casually drive into Canada whenever we feel like it. go relax. It's not bad. It's not bad, you know. Go visit Canada whenever we want to. That's you know, I mean, there's really nothing up there, but still, it's nice. It's nice. No more of this border nonsense. And then of course Mexico. We can go to Mexico whenever we feel like it. We don't need any more. We don't need any more travel documents, and a lot of the corruption in the country is going to change, and things will still be cheaper in Mexico than in the United States. But we, you know, we're going to go over there because it's one of our territories. It's going to be one of our territories. So we're going to go over there and we're going to buy up all that land. And don't forget, I lived in Mexico and I know people in Mexico. So I'm going to be rushing over to Mexico once we get that under our belt, and I'm going to be buying up I'm buying up a lot of land, bro. I'm buying up a lot of land in Mexico, okay? Buying up a lot of land, start building out there, building some resorts. Yeah, guys, I've got big plans. I've got big plans and big ambitions, y'all. You know what? Because I'm gonna need somewhere to put out to spend all that crypto money. So I'm planning to put that into real estate and land. And Mexico is a very good place to start building, because a lot of people are going to be moving there now too, as well, you know, if we make it into a territory. So that's a big investment for me. Wish me luck, y'all. Wish me luck. You know, even if you're in Tent City, wish me luck, because a lot of y'all are headed to Tent City because you don't want to invest, and I don't really feel bad for y'all. I don't feel bad for you. I'm not crying for you. You know, in fact, I'm not really praying for you. I'm not gonna lie. God knows what's in my heart. I'm not praying for y'all, but good luck. Good luck. Just like women are gonna be chilling in the woods with the bear, you're gonna be chilling with Tyrone in Tent City. That's really what's up. That's really what's up.
And now is also the time to choose Canada. There are many ways for you to do your part. It might mean checking the labels at the supermarket and picking Canadian-made products. It might mean opting for Canadian rye over Kentucky bourbon, or foregoing Florida orange juice altogether.
You know, there's a saying, go where you're appreciated, go where you are celebrated. And I'm telling you, things are really beginning to change. We're beginning to feel feel a wave of air of change, and it feels so damn good. It feels so damn good.
It might mean changing your summer vacation plans to stay here in Canada and explore the many national and provincial parks, historical sites, and tourist destinations our great country has to offer.
Nobody wants to vacation in Canada. Canada is cold as hell. I remember spending some of my childhood in Canada with family, and then I visited again. Listen to me. I was 8 years old, like 7, 8 years old, the first time I went to Canada and stayed in Canada. I'm gonna tell y'all, as a kid, I was shocked at how cold it was in Canada during the summertime. I was like, the summertime in Canada is cold as hell. It's cold as hell during the summer. Nobody wants to listen to me. No one really wants to live in Canada like that. Canadians don't even want to live in Canada like that. Justin Trudeau has helped to destroy Canada. And don't forget what happened. Don't forget what happened in Canada with the truckers and all of the, and if you didn't do what you were told and take what you were told to take, they went after their bank accounts. Let's not forget all of that. A lot of Canadians remember what happened. They remember exactly what happened, and they know it can happen again if you leave these people in control, if you leave these people in power. So even though you have a lot of Canadians like, boo, there's a lot of Canadians like, yeah, no, you know what? We're good. We want to be let's go and take that 51st state thing. All right, let's take the 51st state deal. Don't be shocked when people look at Jordan Peterson. They mess with the wrong people. Jordan Peterson was forced to now go do training because of his beliefs. And Jordan is now, he relocated to the US. His daughter, I believe Michaela, is already in the US. So Jordan, his wife, they're all in the US now. They fled Canada. And what's going to end up happening is, don't be surprised. I'm not saying it will happen, but don't be surprised when Jordan starts saying listen, it's the best thing. And Jordan has a massive platform. Massive platform, and he starts advocating that we need to hurry up and get this done, and let's not waste any time. All right, even guys like Joe Rogan will say, well, it makes sense. It just makes sense. It makes sense for Canada. We're losing hundreds of billions of dollars a year to keep Canada going. Canada's a failed state. They cannot survive without the United States. They simply can't. We don't need their maple syrup and lumber. We've got plenty of our own. All right. And we can divest away from their energy. We don't need their energy. We can divest away from their energy. That's the honest to goodness truth. So we, if they mess with our power, we'll be back. We'll be back. And basically, if Canada keeps on misbehaving, then maybe they might end up having. It may sound like they need some freedom. It may sound like they need some freedom. Guys, this is great. Hell on earth has arrived, and many of y'all, I know it's going to be goodbye very soon because a lot of y'all will be headed to Tent City because it's going to be nasty because some of y'all don't have anywhere to go, so you're gonna have to end up. You're gonna have to go to Tent City. To all my crypto friends, head over to Angry's Crypto Academy if you want to learn how to survive. Don't guys check out the day trading course, Crypto Day Trading for Dummies. It basically even a fifth grader can do it. You can basically subsidize your income doing that, replace your income, replace your job. Get out of the workforce, live a simple life of luxury and comfort, just investing in crypto, knowing which cryptos to invest in, and just letting them sit is going to make you massive profit, massive amounts of money. It's like, we are heading into, we are 100% heading into the largest expansion of the United States in American history under Trump. Because think about this, expanding into Canada, having Canada become 51st state, having Mexico become a territory, having Greenland as a territory, and Trump I feel like he has even bigger ambitions than that. I think the Philippines I think it would make a lot of sense for the Philippines to become an American territory, because right off the bat, the Philippines, they struggle with lots of poverty. And it would be a very strategic location for the United States. The United States, we have a good relationship with the Philippines. So, I think that it's possible the Filipino people very well may be open. A lot of them who are dealing with extraordinary amounts of poverty, to saying like, hey, yeah, we can become an American territory. And if we become an American territory, it would raise the entire country out of poverty. So yeah, I think we're looking at a massive expansion. Don't sleep on Greenland. Greenland is the largest island in the world, and evidently it has massive lithium reserves. Which, listen to me, Elon is a crazy head. Elon, Elon loves lithium. He loves himself some lithium. It's under the ice, but Elon will figure out how to go and get it. Elon will get under that ice quickly. All right, here, like. We acquire Greenland. Elon Musk is suddenly in Greenland, like by the next day, like digging through the ice, like already has a team surveying, like we're gonna go through there. We're gonna start here and start excavating. All right. We need to get it up as quickly as possible. All right. Y'all don't understand. Lithium is like you could think of it almost like another form of gold. All right, because everything that we own, our laptops, our electronics, the cell phone you're using right now, that's a lithium battery in there. Okay, so we need more lithium, because where do we get most of our lithium from right now? China. But if we have Greenland, then it basically puts China in a position where we can say, well, we have massive lithium reserves in Greenland. All right, so if you misbehave, if you want to play this game and mess with our electronics, well, too bad for you. All right, because we can start mining lithium, and is it going to take a while to get it done? Probably. We can't melt the ice, because if we melt the ice, it basically cause the ocean levels to rise and floods and all kinds of stuff. So we can't melt the ice, but we can begin mining and excavating that in lithium. We absolutely can, and that's a significant thing. But guys, do you agree? Do you agree, guys? Hell on earth has arrived. A lot of people are going to be suffering. A lot of people are going to be struggling. And it's like, but those who prepared for it are going to survive, and they are going to thrive through this crisis. And I personally am excited for that.
So the reason I don't like this way of thinking is because it can be weaponized very easily. Like, for example, let's say this trade war persists and Canada's forced to look at other trade partners. Like, we might even have to break our trade deals we have with the United States, because it would just absolutely decimate our economy, right? So at the end of the day, like, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to probably open up to more China trade deals. Like, China's already sliding into our DMs, baby. And then what ends up happening is, because Trump causes so much division amongst other countries, that basically they start standing up and they slap back, and they get together and they say, you know what, forget this. Like, we're not going to include the US. We're going to start doing our own deals. The US starts losing certain, global manufacturing. Maybe they start sanctioning some of Apple's products. Who the hell actually knows, right? But then what's going to happen is you can stand up and Trump could easily just say, hey, all these countries are coming against us now. Like, it's an us versus them, like, you know, what do? They're coming at us. They're the problem now, right? And then you get this kind of notion of nationalism where it starts with this little incremental, like, just don't buy a US product. Or if you're in the US, like, screw Canada. We don't need to buy their stupid products or whatever. Or, you know, let's not travel to the US anymore. We're just going to travel to Mexico. Like, it just becomes like weaponizing almost. And I don't like the path it leads us down, because I'm a kind of like, I like the idea of globalizing. I really liked where the world was headed. You know, a lot of foreign places have been really changing their laws because of so much tourism, like the openness of travel, the affordability of travel. Like, you know, I won't get too much down the political landscape of it, but maybe we'll get into some of the humor. I'll get your guys' opinions on it in a moment, because obviously I think this is insane, and I think it's highly divisive what Trump is doing, but I get it. I can see it from a point of negotiation. If it is not a point of negotiation and he really seems to think tariffs actually are going to work, you guys, we're all screwed. I'm sorry, but we're all doomed. But again, you get to the point now where, like, at all these sporting events, there's been like, I think 3 sporting events now where they've been booing the national anthem in the US. Oh, yes. You know, everyone's loving the tariffs over here. I'm like, this is the best, though. By far, one of the best videos I found on TikTok so far today. This one really had me gutting.
N-D-N-D-E-I. Hey, well, if it isn't America's hat. Okay. Are you okay? Why, don't I look great again? Look like Heat Miser on a bender. I'll tariff the shit out of you. You can't just make America hate again. Just did. No, you boom, tariff. That's not how this tariff 2 times. Wow. Boobo tarifo. What if we pay for the wall? Ooh, untariff. Anything to keep him out. 2 taco tariffs coming right up. Yes, I'm out. Wait. Want to be the 51st state? No. Tariff. Hey, Gulf of America. I'm not the... Just leave it. Hey, do you know how much Greenland costs? Maybe we'll just build our own wall. Wait, come on. I love you guys. My heart goes out.
I love that ending so much, bro. Some of this shit is just raw gold. I haven't heard this in a while either. Like,
Chief, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night,
Pinky.
Try to take over the world.
All right, before I get flagged for that, let's move on to the next one here. This was also really good, like the Ferris Bueller. I don't know if you guys saw this, but, you know, I've been seeing a bunch of clips circulating that are just quite hilarious.
You showed this video to Donald Trump? Anybody?
In 1930, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the the Great Depression, passed the the tariff bill, the Hawley-Smoot Tariff Act, which raised or lowered tariffs in an effort to collect more revenue for the federal government. Did it work? Anyone know the effects? It did not work, and the United States sank deeper into the...
Just to be very clear, we were in the midst, the world was in the midst of chaos. It was the Great Depression, a global war. No one had money. So countries basically were scraping by. Prior to the Great Depression, though, back in the 1800s, we had tariffs everywhere, and we were paying all of our bills using tariffs. We had plenty of money. It was in 1930 when we started collecting income tax, and that was there to pay for the war, for WW1. It was supposed to be temporary. In fact, it was initially found to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. So then the Congress went and passed an amendment to make it legal. And even then, evidently, it's still not legal today. Okay, and that's why Trump is saying that he wants to get rid of federal income tax. Hopefully, he gets rid of property tax as well, and replace it with tariffs. And I think that's the right thing to do. You know, if they want to be a part of the America, if they want to, you know, deal with America, they're going to have to basically pay us, and that's how we can pay our bills. We'll pay all of our bills. We'll be living large. We'll be like Charles in Charge. All right. Basically, guys, simply put, right now, what we're witnessing is Daddy's home. He's pissed and he's taking his belt off. All right. And, you know, everyone can catch these hands. It's not a game. You know, Trump literally posted something up on Truth Social after he, like, you know, tried to slap massive tariffs on Colombia when they refused to take back their people. You know, he posted up a picture looking like Don the Mafiosa and with FAFO, you know, mess around, find out, mess around, find out. You know, he's moving fast. He's moving fast. And guys, the best has not even come yet. Project 2025 has not even started yet. And the age of the provider man is over. Men are no longer going to be providing for women. So women are basically, guys, God let them reach the highest mountain so now they can fall from the highest peak. And they're going to basically find a very, very different world. Very, very different world. Hell on earth has arrived for these people, and men are done with society. Men are turning their backs on society. If society wants men, anything from us, they're going to have to pay us well. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. And by the way, shout out to the 1 Hour Gang. Shout out to the 1 Hour Gang. I almost missed it. Congratulations. Shout out to the 1 Hour Gang. Let me know what you guys think. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.